And also for escapes, we need to look at the back escape. Anytime somebody has my back, obviously the challenging part here is not the weight that's on top of me unless he's got me belly down. Challenging part is that I'm totally faced away from him, right? So he's basically, aside from just a few things like if he crosses his ankles and I can ankle lock him or maybe a wrist lock or something, he's pretty much 100% offense right now. I'm 100% defense just because of the orientation of our bodies. And he also has the ability to really control the rotation of my body with his lower body, and again, if he has a position like a seatbelt or a harness. So first thing is, again, much like having my knees up in the starting posture on the mount, I really want to discipline myself to defend a control position like this with the upper body, because the game here is going to be all about rotation. So first thing is, if we're starting mount from this position, I've already lost a lot of ground. I do have to be able to reverse engineer this if he has it, but the first thing I want to train is being able to optimize my position, assuming that I'm denying him this position, right? So my ideal posture is not starting with, he's already got a harness. Okay, that's like starting a double leg defense when somebody's already come in and broken your posture and has your knees pulled in, and now you're going to try and defend, right? So you might need to be able to have a skill to do that, but that's very late in the game. So the first thing I want to be able to do from here is defend my neck and free myself as much as possible from having him control the rotation of my body, and that's going to be in lower hemisphere and upper hemisphere. So from here, I'm always looking for head position and hand position first, okay? Head position, hand position, and then hips, basically like 3 H's. I want to be in control of those all the time to limit his ability to do that, to control my rotation. So from here, first thing is, my hands are going up in, we call it like the home alone position here. Okay, elbows are buried in so he can't get underneath. Okay, hands are ready to receive as he comes through, and I always have a trap here. And at the same time, I'm always head fighting. Okay, I'm not just tucking my chin in from the very beginning. It's very passive. Okay, meanwhile, he's able to dig, and eventually maybe get past my hand fighting here. So I'm always fighting for head position. Second thing is, my legs are very weak right now. They're not going to do much for me in terms of being able to control the rotation of my body and maintain control of my hips when I'm just flat like this. So the other thing you'll see, I go here, my head is fighting, my elbows are in tight, and also I'm bringing my knees up from here like this. And already he's going to feel a difference in the control that he has with those hooks. Okay, the ability to sort of stretch me out, manipulate my body is much less right now. It also brings my elbows up inside his knees, okay, which means that I'm got a little bit of a feel sort of anything he's trying to do with his own control. Okay, his ability to get a bite on me is reduced. Okay, so right now we start in a harness. Okay, I've got a long way to go when he's got his head in tight and he can start to steer me into whichever side he likes to attack from. Okay, different types of games from there. But from here, when I'm protecting my neck, just pulled in tight, and I immediately start head fighting. Okay, go ahead. Now from here, right, the game is basically advanced in my favor in terms of escaping before it even begins. So I would get really good before I even go for the escape first at just fighting that position. So from here, okay, I want you to start to work to break me down. Okay, and I'm isolating this. I'm putting myself in the handicap. Keep going. So I'm forcing myself, okay, from here to just have really good initial defense, and I'm putting a cap on my ability to escape right now. Although the avenue might be open, okay, I'm just going to keep working that. And then maybe I go to maybe the first stage in initiating an escape, right? So isolating to that side so I know now I can pass to that side, or from here, okay, as we go. I'm going to throw myself forward, which means from here I'm going to be able to get my shoulder blades to the mat, but I'm not going to actually do the escape yet. First we go through that process I just showed with progressive resistance. The better I'm doing, the harder he's going to try to break me down. If at any point here I screwed up and all of a sudden, keep going, all of a sudden, right, he gets in, okay, you got me, reset. Okay, at any point, okay, boom, here, you got me, reset, okay. Anything like that happens, then we just reset, I problem solve at that level. that I move forward. So the posture fight again first, then from there I'm going to start to initiate my escapes. And again, you'll notice that if you're developing most of your skill set around the discipline of having somebody taking your back, and you're getting in here and you're denying their upper body control and you're minimizing the control of their lower body, then you're immediately going to be developing habits that will save you a lot of time and frustration later on. Make it much easier for any of my escapes to come into play immediately. So from here now, as Kyle's starting to work to control me, okay, I have the ability to go into all those kind of classic escapes from here. Okay, making sure that he doesn't take me on the downside, right? I'm up in here like this, okay? And now I can start to work in this position to escape, okay, from here. Okay. Again, it starts to come in, good. So now I'm able to trap that, clear this side, get my shoulder blades to the mat. Very important too on the rotation, okay? If I bring my shoulder blades to the mat in here and I keep my hips tilted and my legs just weak on the mat, Kyle still has a lot of ability to recover. So really what I'm doing is always thinking not simply shoulder blades to the mat. Once I get into the escaping component, okay, from here, I can get my shoulder blades to the mat. I'm really looking to keep my elbows in tight, protecting my neck until I complete the rotation, but my legs are doing all the work from here. So from here, everything changes, okay? So when I make that shift, I become very strong. At this point, if he has any control over my body whatsoever, and I get here, he might still be able to follow up with his attack. So as far as the back position, okay, first thing is, I have my legs up tight, I get my shoulder blades to the mat, and then I rotate. And now his position becomes weak. Now I know, unless he's got, you know, a hand already kind of threaded in here, there's really no attack on my neck anymore, and everything really becomes simply about the fight for the mount, right? For his ability to come up to the mount, or possibly a leg lock or whatever, but usually the mount's going to be the first most important thing he's going to work for. So as Kyle goes to scramble on top of me, right, I simply control the rotation of that knee, and I can either shrimp away from him or I can come back on top. But make sure I kill that bottom leg, get my shoulder blades to the mat. The moment that my neck is safe, I've completed my rotation. Now I can start the fight to improve my position.